I'm Varsha, and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. As you all know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the achievements and experience of our prominent guests. So, in the same sequence, today we have with us Mr. Chandra Vikram Praladka, who is the CFO of Insure Pace. But before we actually move ahead in the conversation with him, let's have a look at a very small video which will tell you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Asha?
I'm good, sir. Thank you so very much. Okay, so before moving ahead in the series, sir, please tell us something about you and your profession too.
So I'm basically an engineer and MBA in background, bring about 20 years of work experience with me. I have worked with marquee firms like Arthur Anderson, EY. Before moving to Dubai, I was in Dubai for 13 years. My last job in Dubai was as CFO of Shoba. Before moving, then I started in between. After that, when I moved to India, I was with Devyani International. Then I was doing my own consulting for some time before moving into InsurePace. Recently, before this prestigious award, I was also awarded as a top 100 CFO in India in February 2020 by CFO India Forum.
Okay, okay, sir. So, the challenges are part and parcel of everyone's life. So, what sort of challenges you have faced in your journey?
So it's apart from getting into the normal politics which is there in all the organizations, there are a number of things which you have. And what I've realized is after some time, especially after 10 odd years, everyone knows you have the skill sets, you have the talent, and that's why you've reached there. The key thing is to get the work done, the people management skill, and as I said, getting the work done at the right time. That's why relationship and follow up becomes a big important part. If someone doesn't have those skills, he is bound to fail. This is what I changed myself. Not many people will know this, but at one point of time, I used to be a very short tempered guy. And when I was working with Binani and I was reporting to Binani, the owner, Mr. Binani, and I learned from him that you have to be a grounded guy, take everyone along, and then only you will achieve anything. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for him to build the empire which he did. And that's when I changed myself and realized the people management skill, relationships, and follow up are the most important thing. Otherwise, getting work done is next to impossible. I'll just give you one small example of when I joined Devyani International, when I relocated from from Dubai to India, and I was given a task of setting up the food and beverages outlet at Trichy Airport. Now, I'm not an operations guy. I'm a finance guy. I have done project management to some extent, but I was given the task that you have to set up all the food and beverage outlet within 3 months, and it's your baby. Now, as I said, I had no clue of food and beverages, but then I realized once I had that skill of getting the relationship done, I could call people at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, I need this to be done by 6 o'clock in the morning. And that's when I was one of the few guys who managed to have the airport operations from the food and beverages point of view up and running even before the 3 months time. So I think then there are a number of challenges you will face, day-to-day stress you will face. Sometimes you'll see there's no cash flow, sometimes you'll see there's no funds. But I think more than that, if you are down to earth, if you have relationships, it'll be easy for you to go through that difficult situation as well.
Okay, and I guess, changing one's own self is something a very big deal to do, actually. Okay, so,
Yeah,
sir,
that's true.
kindly elaborate about the product and services that you offer.
So currently, as you said, I'm a CFO of InsurePace. Also, the name, the way it shows, or it states that we are in the insurance business. Partly yes, but partly no. This company doesn't sell insurance. It is not an insurance company. It is not a broking company. What it does is the proposition is quite unique. That's when I decided to become part of it. Is basically it is telling its users we have a platform, we have an app. You come and upload your insurance premium receipt here, and once you do that, you will get 50% of the premium as a value back points, which you can redeem across 18,000 odd vendors in terms of discounts across 18,000 merchants, which is there on their platform. So it's a unique proposition, I'll say, because what happens is people think that once you give the insurance, once you buy the insurance premium, your money goes down the drain and it'll come back to you only if, God forbid, something happens to you, which no one wants. But here, even if you're not getting the full value, some extent you are getting some value because you can redeem across the merchants, and some of the merchants are basic necessities as well, like for example, Big Bazaar, Big Basket, Ola, Uber, Swiggy, even the mom and pop stores, neighborhood store as well. So that helps someone recover some part of the insurance premium. Till date, honestly, I haven't seen that kind of product. Uh, I don't know whether it will last or not, because we all know startups are 95% of startups are failure. In my career, I had never worked with a startup. So when this opportunity came to me, I thought, why not? Let's try this out. This looks an innovative concept. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, lovely, sir. So, sir, everyone do have some plans for their future. So, if you can tell us a bit about your future plans.
So it's a, I'm 45 years old, 20 years of experience I have. As I said, I have worked across. So I'll tell you, I'll just go back a little bit. And my career has two different stories, I'll say. The first part of my career, where I worked with renowned MNCs in a more structured organizations, like I said, Arthur Anderson, EY, KPMG. I was a bank in Dubai. I was in a private equity owned by Ruler of Dubai. So we were investing his personal wealth. And then I moved to promoters with Banani Industries, Shoba, Devyani International, and now here. So it's a complete different, I'll say, you can say two complete different halves, completely opposite to each other. So but that has helped me gain a lot of exposure, gain exposure on different industries. So I worked in financial services, manufacturing, F&B sector, real estate, now in insurance-based fintech as well. So and working with different people, different promoters. So I've gained a lot. My going forward will be, I don't know. A lot of people have told me that I should start something on my own. Uh, Although I have a very low risk appetite, but maybe somewhere down the line I have thoughts that I should be doing something on my own as well. These awards definitely help. It adds as a feather in the cap, but definitely the plan is maybe 2 3 years down the line, at least maybe have my own consulting. And now with the way the gig economy is increasing, and given this pandemic situation, I think the gig economy will increase further. Maybe that will be a start of a new beginning for me with my own consulting company as well.
Okay, and I really wish someday, you come up with your own thing too. Okay, so
Yeah.
now, a lot of emphasis has been given on this Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji too. So, how is your organization contributing towards it?
So that is the one of the aspects here in InsurePace. We have chosen insurance as the background. Now, if you would have understood the business model, we are basically giving a value back point which you can use at different merchants for uploading your insurance premium receipt. Someone asked me, why this insurance? It can be done with anything. It can be done with school fees. It can be done with utilities. What the person is saying is absolutely right. But what we have seen now, insurance is highly underpenetrated market. It is only 3.69% of, of GDP of India. And a lot of people do not take insurance primarily because they want to live current times. They might be supporting number of families they have the parents to look after, they have the kids to look after, and supporting others as well. And they think, "Arey, we will pay in later stage. Why take care of insurance now? Is unnecessary burden." Now, with this, when you're getting back some value of your insurance premium, there is a chance, I'm not saying it will happen, but there is a chance that people will start getting into more insurance sector, will start investing more in insurance, especially even after this pandemic of COVID. People have started focusing, giving more focus on the health insurance. So this might instigate people to buy more insurance, which will take people to the next level of having at least the basic minimum insurance premium for each person, which I think is a basic necessity. If you see in the world, the insurance penetration is very high, but India is very low. And this might take people towards the what Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has been thinking of taking an Atma Nirbhar mission. And our model is such that this will maybe to some extent, I will not say this will change the economy, but this will help people to spend more as well, because you're not getting free cash. It is in terms of discount. So people have to spend more as well. This might help the economy move a little further as well. As I said, I'm not saying that this will be the game changer and tomorrow the economy, game changer economy will start changing completely, but this might help in going in that direction.
Okay. So now, sir, I was literally waiting to, put forward this question to you, and that is, what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award?
I think, to be honest, I am at loss of words. This is a uh, big achievement for myself. This is something which has been bestowed on me. I was not expecting it, to be honest. In fact, it happened similar to what when I received the CFO 100 award. I wasn't expecting it. Came out of the blue. Same thing here, to be recognized as one of the top CFOs in India, having migrated to India 3 years back. I think it's just an awesome feeling. Maybe I just can't explain to it. When I got to know that I have been nominated and subsequently I've been awarded, I think I was on cloud nine. And the first thing I did was I told my parents that this is what I've been bestowed upon. And even they were surprised and shocked. And I think it's a remarkable achievement for anyone in their career to get something like this award. As I said, I just don't have words to explain what is going through in my mind. I think sometimes it feels that the award has put me in different league completely.
And you truly deserve this award, sir. Okay. So now, sir, please put some light on your social contribution.
I think one thing which I've learned in my 20 years of career is, and I've seen this. I'm not trying to pull someone down. What I've seen is generally as people arise in their career and go up the ladder path, I've seen people become insecure. They stop distributing the knowledge to their subordinates and colleagues. I think which is not right in my view. I think even I have achieved this because someone was kind enough, some seniors of mine were kind enough to give me that exposure opportunity to come up at this level, learn and come at this level. I think that's what I try to do is pass as much as possible to my subordinates or my juniors and give as much exposure as possible as well. And one should not be insecure about their jobs. There'll be plenty of jobs available if you have the talent, skills, and right mindset. People will come and take you. That's one of the things which I think I have done in my life. And I'm not trying to praise myself, but most of my team members across organizations have always said that they still want to work with me in any opportunity or others. Secondly, I was very impressed recently, and this is a very recent phenomenon, although we have been doing this for quite some time. I saw a video of Mrs. Sudha Murthy, a wife of Mr. Narayan Murthy, on how she told his son when he was at early or young, very young, that instead of spending money, give back something to society. And I just showed it to my daughter. Her birthday was this Monday. And when she saw this video, she came up and said, "Papa, let's not do a birthday party for me. I want to do something for the underprivileged people as well." And my wife works with an NGO, and in the neighborhood where we stay, they operate a school as well. First thing we did was we took some stuff for the people or the kids studying in that school, and my daughter distributed them. And it was again an awesome feeling. I just can't explain how happy the kids were to get something like that. So, and I'm very happy that my wife is associated with NGOs. She has been working during the lockdown as well, and I try and do as much as possible for the underprivileged people as well, and in supporting my wife and trying to do as much as we can do from that angle.
Amazing thing you are doing, sir. Okay, now before concluding our session, what mantra or message you would like to give to our today's generation, who want to be a successful CFO someday?
So basically, I think this is what I also learned during my career. I don't think anyone is born with extra talent, and people can reach that level by just having few, I can say, attitude of right approaches. One is be hardworking. One thing which I've seen, in fact, a couple of years back, I had gone to my MBA school as well to act as a guest faculty and be part of a panel discussion. And one thing I told them, I just asked all the students, now you guys will be passing out, you will be MBA graduates for one of the top institutes. What is that you are looking for in life? What are you expecting that what will happen in your first job? You won't believe 90% people said that they will have a cabin and they will be giving orders. And this is what actually goes in most of the people's mind. I'm saying they're no different. Even when I grew up, when I was doing engineering MBA, even this was in my mind as well. But then I realized when I joined, that's not the reality. And again, maybe it's very difficult to believe. First 3 months in my career or my first job, I was just doing filing and writing research reports. But those helped me definitely. It made me grounded as well. And this is what I told one of those guys, that be as humble as possible. Don't have your ego or chip on the shoulder. You will definitely you have reached at this level because of you have something in you. In next 10 years, you will master your skill sets, your talent. But few things which is most important to succeed is hardworking, have good relationship with everyone. Be you a CFO or a CEO or the owner, if you don't have good relationship, people will not work for you. You will not be able to take the organization to the next level. Be as humble as possible and be good in follow-ups. I think once you have these 3-4 things, you definitely can reach the level which you want to. I think the talent and the skill sets then definitely take the back seat. It becomes secondary because people know you have come at this level because of on the backdrop of these things. And till date, and I'm very proud in saying, in all the organizations which I've worked, I'm still in touch with all the bosses or all the senior guys, and we share very good relationship. I can still go to them and ask for a favor if I have to. And this is what I try to pass it on to my subordinates. You should not feel shy or hesitant in asking anything from my side as well. I think this is the utmost important thing what I have learned in my life, and will pass it on to the upcoming bright futures of the next generation.
Okay, amazing. Okay, sir. So thank you so very much for being with us today and sharing such good experience and your advice too. And I wish you all the very best for all your future projects too. And may you continue to inspire us like the way you are doing. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you once again for the award from such an esteemed organization. Thanks a lot.